Hello. So this is a weird angle. I apologize. But we have started 24-hour sprints. It is 12:34 and we're about 30 minutes into the first 45-minute sprint. I am hosting sprints on my channel from now until 4 p.m. and then we will switch over to Kelsey's channel. So every 4 hours we will be on someone else's channel until noon tomorrow. So I did the spinner wheel. Ari spun the spinner wheel and it picked Crown of Midnight. So I'm going to try to read a good chunk of this. This is the first part here. And I kind of wanted to read the whole first part before I started annotating, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing that actually happens or not, or if I'm going to annotate a bit sooner than that. But currently I have my tabs in where part 2 starts, and then I will move my Good Girl, my Gigi and Bo Good Girl bookmark through the chapters as I read. So I have some ambiance from Kara's bookshelf up on my TV. I have a Crown of Midnight playlist on my iPad. We have the whole thing going on right now. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to read, and I guess I'll film myself reading because y'all voted for that. So yeah, here we go. Hello, good evening. It is 6:50 on Sunday the 18th of June, Father's Day. So I decided that I'm going to start a new week in the life vlog. So I put up a poll asking if people wanted more like structured vlogs or if they preferred like the day in the life vlogs. I am getting ready for work. Wow, to my hair. Or if y'all liked a mix of both, and y'all mainly voted for a mix of both. So I am currently working on 2 vlogs right now. I'm working on a gay pride vlog for June, and I'm also working on a dragon, like reading dragon books vlog as my vlog for Once Upon a Readathon. So this is the day in the life vlog. So we're going to go ahead and chit chat because I want to talk about a book that I'm reading, but it doesn't fit either of the current vlogs that I have going on, which is why I decided, girl, just throw in a week in the life vlog. Also, I am watching Brienne Marie. She used to be Brienne Barbie on YouTube. If you don't know who she is, she's like a lifestyle and piercing YouTube, piercings, tattoos, and like lifestyle stuff. But I absolutely love her channel. I've loved her channel for literally years. Also, I need to order some scrunchies, but that's just the point. So let's chat. I am currently reading Priest by Sierra Simone. So this book looks like this. Has also my ring light is over here on the bed so that I have light. But here we are. So yeah, everything's set up on my bed today. So this book is nuts, y'all. Like, I may have to stop at CVS and get some scrunchies because I don't love my option here for hair ties. Okay, so anyway, this book is crazy. So this is the first book in a series of standalones, and it's about a priest who I think used to be like a dominant or something. I'm not really 100% sure what he used to be. All I know is, what is going on? All I know is that he is a priest now, and something tragic happened to his sister. So that's the thing that we have going on. So Courtney from Tangible Reads, she is doing like a big group read of this book this month. which were in June, like I said, but also Brie from For Positive Book was like, you should read this book. So for anyone who doesn't know, because I don't talk about it very much on my channel, because I don't feel like it's relevant unless someone actually asks me, I have been deconstructing my faith over the last like 5 years. And it's a thing that I started doing when I got really into, like really started taking my recovery for drugs seriously. So I started deconstructing my faith because I grew up in pretty like toxic church culture. And so I convinced myself that I just didn't believe in anything, but that never felt like the actual answer. So I had a mentor that, she wasn't a sponsor, but she was a mentor within like the recovery community that kind of said, maybe re-explore and see if you can figure out where your faith actually lies. And it's taken me a long time of figuring out, like, is church for me? Is it not for me? How Bible studies and having community around church works for me. But I think we're getting to the other side, to be honest with you. So it's been a long journey. Sorry, I'm putting my socks on. It's been a long journey, but I have started, like, I've really deconstructed my faith over the last 5 years. So she told me to read this book. Y'all, I feel like this man has had to deconstruct, but okay, so we are, I don't know if I'm gonna leave any of that in, but Ari just ran in here. I don't know what they're doing. They're like playing with each other or something, like playing like a chasing game. I don't know what's happening. It's Father's Day, so whatever's happening is happening. Okay, so we are following our priest, Tyler. So priest Tyler Anselm Bell. He's 29 years old, and I'll just read you the book description. So the book description says, there are many rules a priest can't break. A priest cannot marry. A priest cannot abandon his flock. A priest cannot forsake his God. I've always been good at following rules until she came. Then I learned new rules. My name is Tyler Anselm Bell. I'm 29 years old. 6 months ago, I broke my vow of celibacy on the altar of my own church, and God help me, I would do it again. I am a priest, and this is my confession. So I am 14% into this book. I am on chapter 5. So the entire book is from his point of view. We do get small, at least we've gotten one so far, small snippet of Poppy in confession, because that's where he meets Poppy, which is our female main character, is in confession. She has a secret, and she wants to confess it to Pastor Bell, or Priest Bell. I'm sorry, to Priest Bell. So this is Catholic, okay? Priests are Catholic, and I grew up in and around the Catholic Church, so this is so interesting to me to read it. I've been highlighting things. I'm probably gonna end up buying this entire series physically so that I can annotate, because there's just so many gems in this book. But I needed somewhere to talk about this, so as I go and read through this book, I'm gonna update you guys because I really wanted somewhere to talk about this, which is why I started a weekly vlog. But yes, this is going to be the week in the life vlog. If you've never been on my channel before and you don't know how these work, basically I try to record a little bit every day. I try to let you know what day it is so that you're aware of like how long it's gone through. But I do also work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So sometimes the recording on those days, like today I started this on Sunday, sometimes the recording on Sunday to Wednesday is a little bit off. Like I don't record every single day all the time, but Thursdays, Fridays, I usually have like a big chunk. So hopefully this will go up a week from today so you guys can see it, you know what I mean? But that's all I have for now. I will update you guys when I have an update on Priest. The other books that I'm reading are part of vlog. So I am reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. This was the next book that y'all picked for Gay Pride vlog. And then I'm also reading Fourth Wing, which Fourth Wing is the book for my dragon vlog. So both, I'm not going to talk about either of these books other than right now in this vlog because they have their own vlogs that they will be in. But any other books that I pick up, I will be talking about. So we are talking about Priest right now because I'm sucked in. I'm also reading Woven by Gold, but I've kind of put that on hold for now. I don't know that I'm in, it's a retelling, but it's also fantasy romance, and I'm loving the book, but I'm reading it very like small chunks at a time. I don't think I'm in a fantasy romance kind of mood right now, and the only reason I'm reading Fourth Wing is because of my dragon vlog. So I don't know, I'm just not like in a huge like fantasy mood at the moment. I'm really wanting to read like smut and gay, you know what I'm saying, smutty and gay stuff. So that's all I have for now. I have to go to work, but I will check in probably when I get home, at like 4 in the morning. I don't usually check in at work because I'm not really supposed to record at work. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Hello. I have a reading update for this vlog. First of all, please ignore the fact that my face is just like broken out. I don't know what's happening. I started my period this week, so that's probably it. Sorry if that's TMI, but I have finished Priest. So I ended up buying the audiobook. So the audiobook for Priest is only available on Audible. It appears that the other books in the series are available in other places. Like I could get the second one, I think it's called Sinner. I could get, I think the second one, I could get at least one of them audiobook form from my library. So I believe the only one that is Audible exclusive is Priest, but I went ahead and I used a credit on that. Wonderful audio. It is narrated by 2 people. So the whole book, or a majority of the book, is from Tyler's point of view, which is our priest. And then there are small sections where it's Poppy like confessing, and those parts in the audio are read by a woman narrator. But both narrators were wonderful. I gave the book 5 stars. I don't really know how to talk about this book other than what I've already said. So essentially we're following Tyler, who is our main main character. My God. He is a priest, a Catholic priest, and he has taken a vow of celibacy, so can't have sex. Like, he's really not supposed to like masturbate or anything else like that. And then he meets Poppy. She comes in for confession, and she's never been to confession before, but she's done a terrible thing. Something terrible has happened, and she needs somewhere to confess her sins. Okay, it's a romance. Okay, it is spicy. For me, me personally, I'm rating it a 5 peppers. So the way that I rate my spice is on my Instagram, but I tend to rate spice based off of how I think other people would rate it. So like this book, I personally rate as a 5 peppers for spice, because there's more than one explicit scene of them like explicitly having sex and doing kinky things. So that's kind of how I go off of it, is how many times it happens, because I've definitely read romance books where there's like only one scene, but it's explicit, like very explicit. You know exactly what's happening on page, but I wouldn't rate that 5 peppers. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's where we are. So I'm kind of in a stagnant. So I'm still reading 2 other books for vlogs. So I'm working on Fourth Wing, and I'm working on Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm almost done with Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I have a poll up on my Instagram for that. So I have my next gay book. I don't know if this dragon vlog is going to come out, because I'm not really caring right now about fantasy. I don't want to read fantasy at this time in my life. Especially romantasy. Like I don't care. I just don't care. So I think I'm going to maybe not do the dragon vlog. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in my books for Once Upon a Readathon and call it good on that. I don't know that the dragon vlog is going to come out, and I've mentioned it a few times here in this vlog. I don't know. So if you never see it, I've already made an announcement that it's not coming out, just because I don't care. Like, I might take this idea and do it at a different time when I want to read romance. But I did pick up Measure of a Man. This is a Dramini fan fiction, which we don't know what Dramini is. That's Draco and Hermione from Harry Potter. It's a fan fiction. I started it a few months ago when I had hit a slump. I think in like February I had hit a slump, and I tend to use fan fiction as a way to get myself out of a slump. So I picked that back up because I'm in a slump. Now I'm only 4% through this book, but it says I have 45 hours left in the book. So because I download this off of AO3, which is Archive of Our Own, it doesn't give me chapters, it just gives me like how much I have in the book. So this book is literally as long as it, maybe longer. I think it started at like 50 something hours. So, and I only read a chunk of it at a time. I don't count it toward pages read or anything like that, but it still counts because I turn my Kindle on and I'm reading off my Kindle, so it still counts towards like my Kindle reading goal thing. But that's where I'm at this time. So waiting, I'm finishing up Red, White, and Royal Blue, waiting to see what y'all vote on for that vlog. After that, I have 2 more books up on a poll right now. And then for this vlog, I don't know what we're reading. I don't know what we're doing for this vlog at this point, but I have all of July's content planned out in my planner. For those that don't know, I digitally plan, so I plan right here on my trusty iPad, and I have all of July's content planned out as far as like what I want coming out. We will be doing a lot of vlogs in July. Vlogs are just what I prefer to film. If you guys want like specific sit down videos, let me know, but I personally prefer to film vlog style. It's just more relaxed. I don't have to really do anything. I don't have to like make sure that I'm set up in a place where I can like, where it can be like super quiet, or I can like whatever, you know what I mean? Vlogs are just a little bit more relaxed in my opinion. I am going to be doing some Kindle content, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it as like in a vlog or if I'm going to do it as a sit down. I think some of them are going to have to be sit downs, like while of my Kindle, but like that video is probably going to be a sit down video. But for anyone who wonders, I don't script my videos. I just say, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. I make some bullet points and I go off of it. That way it's just a little bit more natural for me to not use a script. So I am going to lay down for a couple of hours before Ari gets up for the day and probably read some more of Measure of a Man, because I don't know really what else to read right now. I don't really want to listen to Red, White, and Royal Blue. I don't know. I'm probably going to give it like a 3-star. It's not my favorite thing that I've ever read. Yeah, it's not my favorite thing I've ever read. Which, if you don't know what this book is, it's this. And no, my bookmark is not in the right spot. I'm farther in this. I have to look at my audiobook to see exactly where I am. I don't know if I've read a Casey McQuiston book. I'll have to look and see if she has any that are like listed for the Weirders and the Dreamers. But I don't know what it is about this that makes me not like it. I have One Last Stop on my Kindle, because if anyone's wondering, One Last Stop and Red, White, and Royal Blue are both on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want to read them for free, You can. I also got the audiobook off Scribd. I think that I am going to try and watch the movie, which is on Amazon Prime, or will be on Amazon Prime soon. I'm not exactly sure if it's out or not. Also, please ignore my bookshelf. I don't know. Oh, that's like a book jacket. Anyway, I just don't know how I feel about this book. And the thing is I would say that maybe it's me and not the book. Except that I've enjoyed every gay book I've read this month. Except The Song of Achilles. Because The Song of Achilles was boring. And I did not care. But I just finished Fake Dates and Mooncakes. And that was gay boys that are about the same age as the two gay boys in this book. And I loved it. Like, I literally loved it. Like, I laughed. I cried. I had a time. These two men, these two boys, I don't care, if I'm going to be honest. So, to all my friends that love this book, Frank, I'm looking at you. Also, which, if you don't know who Frank is, their handle on Instagram is Frank's Forward. Go follow them. This is his favorite book. Frank, I'm sorry. Also, Brittany from Gigi and Bo. I'm sorry. But I just feel like for me, this is going to be like a 3-star book. But we'll see. Because I'm going to finish it tomorrow. Later today. Whatever. And maybe I'll change my mind. So, but right now, I'm going to go and lay down. I might listen to some more of this and see if I'm just being an ass. But as of right now, it feels like a 3-star. But we'll see. But I'm proud of myself. I finished Priest. Loved it. Highly recommend the audio. But if you want to just read it, like, it's really enjoyable to just read as well. Going to be buying the entire series. Physically, but also on my Kindle. Like, I'm just going to be buying them in all of the ways because I need to reread so that I can annotate. I'm not going to reread right now, but at some point I'm going to reread so I can annotate. So at some point I will own the entire series on not only my Kindle but also physically so I can annotate. So that's all I got. I've been talking for 12 minutes. No one cares at this point. I'm going to bed. Thank you for listening. And when I have another update, I will let you guys know. Also, because I didn't say this, today is Tuesday, June 20th at like 5:45 in the morning. So, you're welcome. But I will probably try and check in later today after I get up. Until then, goodbye. Hello. A book update while I get ready for work. So, let's see. The last update that I gave, I was talking about how I was reading fan fiction because I had nothing else to read. Also, please ignore my giant ring light behind me. I'm sorry. I didn't really feel like moving it, but I feel like the lighting is good enough for a vlog. So I forgot that I'm supposed to be reading The Winners by Fredrik Backman. Did my buddy already finish this book? Yes. My buddy being my friend Kelsey. If you don't know who Kelsey is, I'm going to link her down below. I'm going to link all of my friends down below because they deserve all the recognition for dealing with me. So, The Winners. I'm supposed to be reading that. That's the third book in the Beartown series by Fredrik Backman. I went ahead and I grabbed it on my Kindle because I'm already listening to my gay books as audio. I can't really do another audio. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I have to start over because I don't remember anything that happened in the first like 30% of The Winners, which is how far I got in The Winners before my slump. So, thanks to my slump, forgot that I was supposed to be reading the winners. So I just text Kelsey and was like, hey bud, forgot I was supposed to be reading this. Actually, I don't think I said that. I think I just said, going back to the winners, so sorry for being a shitty buddy reader, because wow, have I been a bad buddy reader. And I'm sure because she is graceful and she is kind, Kelsey is going to say something like, it's no big deal. I'm a terrible buddy reader. Terrible, you guys. But I'm going to finish that. So that is the book that's on the agenda outside of my vlogs. I have to figure out what I'm going to do about this dragon vlog, because this is why I enjoy doing a day in life, or well, this is week in life, but like a week in the lifestyle vlog while doing other vlogs, because I can talk to you guys, even though it's going to be after the fact, about whether I'm dropping vlogs or not. Because this dragon vlog, I feel like I should like Fourth Wing more than I do. Like, as the kind of reader that I am, and I don't like it. So, there's that. What?
Okay.
Yes, I'm making a vlog. Can you go downstairs, please? I will be with you in a moment.
I thought, like, Ryan came in here. I thought you were talking to Ryan.
Well, what if I was? Now please go downstairs. I'll be with you in a moment to make your food. Go. 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 If you want to help me make coffee, you need to listen. Go. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. I don't think I'm in a romantic mood. I think it's the same with when I read Serpent and the Wings of Night. It wasn't that I didn't care. It got 4.5 stars because I don't feel like I was in the mood for it. And then I read it anyway. And I listened to the audio for that. And I'm listening to the audio for Fourth Wing, but the problem is that the audio for Fourth Wing is not great. The narrator is great, but they like made her record while she was sick or something, so it sounds not great, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm about to go downstairs and make coffee. Yesterday I made a boo-boo. Okay, so I have both sizes in this cup. This just has like ice in it, but like melted ice. But yesterday I made coffee in my 16 ounce. That was a mistake. So clearly what I need to do is go back to Starbucks and buy a second 24 ounce for water. So because I like having this cup on my nightstand with water in it. I need to buy one for water and one for coffee. So I may get a different color because they have like a purpley color that I liked also. And I can use that one for water and this one for coffee. But today we're making coffee in this, this is 24 ounces. And I just put water in it. But this one's 24 ounces, which means if I make my iced coffee in a 20 ounce tumbler, and so that gives me like room for the coffee in the ice because the ice doesn't melt, thank God. And then on top I can put my creamer and then mix it all up. It's gonna be great. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go make my coffee and Ari's dinner so that I can go to work, because that's what we love to do around here. We love work. And yeah, I think I may have left my hat at work, so hopefully no one takes it because that's going to actually upset me. But that's all I have. I'm going to be reading the winners. Oh my God. But the one thing I can say about Frederick Bachman, he writes a chunky book. Like, this book is a huge book. I don't even have Beartown at the moment to like compare it to, because my friend has my copy of Beartown, which I need to message him about that. But Beartown is the smallest, I think, of the 3 books. This is a chunky book. Like, I think this is like I don't know. Let me see what Kindle says, because I think it's like 500 pages. But it's a chunky book. But I will give this to Frederick Bachman. He writes a big book with short chapters. 684 pages, according to Kindle. So, but the chapters are short. So, we're starting this over. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble for 6 minutes. And when I have an update, I'll bring it to you. But as of right now, I'm starting the winners, starting it over, because I really had already read 30%. Hopefully I can just kind of skim the first 30% just to like refresh my brain. But yeah, when I have an update, I'll bring it to you. Goodbye. Hello, an update from me. So I am 3% into the winners. I'm gonna read more of this tonight, but 3% into the winners. I'm enjoying this book. I said in my last clip that I had to start this book over because I started reading this book on the 1st of the month with my friend Kelsey, and she's finished it and I have not. So basically what happened is Kelsey was like, can I have a head start? Yes. So Kelsey reads slower than I do most of the time. So I gave her a head start because I knew I was going to do the audio. I started the audio on script. Then like halfway through the month, it was not even halfway through the month. It was like 2 weeks into the month. So I guess halfway through the month. But the second week of the month, I hit a terrible slump. Like to the point that I was like, I do not care about life at this point when it comes to reading. Like I do not care. Like some things in my life happened that made me slump. So I had gotten a hold of Kelsey and I was like, hey buddy, I'm in a slump. She had finished the book, or was about to finish the book, and was checking in with me periodically about where I was. At one point we were pretty close, and then she just got like way ahead of me because of the slump. So I got a hold of her the other day. So for reference, today is Wednesday, June 21st. It is 5:18 in the morning. I've just recently gotten home from work, so I've been home for a while, like about 30 or 45 minutes, but you know, I had to decompress. So I got a hold of her on, I think it was Monday, and I was like, hey, picking this book back up, but also I hit a slump. So she was like, it's fine. Apparently she hit a slump after reading the winners. So she's been in a slump since she finished the winners, which makes me nervous, but that's fine. So I went ahead and I grabbed the winners from the library yesterday, so Tuesday, and I was like, we're gonna start this. So I started this over yesterday morning-ish. So this is the third book in the Beartown trilogy. So Kelsey and I have buddy read the entire series together. I was much better about buddy reading Beartown and Us Against You. Is that what it's called? Us Against You? Whatever. But the first two books I actually did buddy read. This book, clearly I've not buddy read it. So I'm 3% in. I had to start over because I had no idea what was happening. I didn't really feel like listening to the audio because I was already listening to Red, White, and Royal Blue on audio, which I talk about that in a different vlog. I'm 4 chapters in. Yeah, I'm right at the beginning of chapter 4. So I'm going to be reading more of this tonight. I know there's like a tragic thing that happens in the very beginning of this book and I haven't hit it yet, but it's going very quickly. The chapters are short, but the book is long. You know what I mean? It's like over 600 pages. It's like almost 700 pages. So we're going to try to finish this by the end of the month. Hopefully I do. But that is my update. I already talked about it, but I finished Priest. We loved Priest. And then the other book that I finished this week, I'm talking about in a different vlog. So, also, I'm saying it here first. I haven't even posted it to Instagram yet, but I will be. And also posting it to my community tab. So by the time that this comes out, you won't technically have been, technically, y'all are the first to hear about it in this vlog. But it'll be up in other places by the time this vlog comes out. Does that make sense? I think I'm going to scrap my dragon vlog because I just don't care to read Fourth Wing right now, which also means that I'm probably gonna have to do a punishment for next month, but that's okay. So I'm probably going to carry Fourth Wing over into next month and hope that I'm more in a fantasy mood then. I'm not in a fantasy mood. I'm just not. I just want to read like all of the gay romances and also the winners. I do actually really want to read this because I want to get it done. Like I want to get this series done. It's another series I can check off my list of 80 plus series that I have to read this year. I'm loving this, but other than this, like all I want to read is romance, gay romance at that. So that's where we are. That's my update. And when I've made it a bit further in the winners and I actually have something to update, because like right now I have nothing to talk about. Also, it's hard to talk about this book because it's the third book in a trilogy. But when I get further in this, I'll give like a synopsis of Beartown. So that's it. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see y'all in the next update. Hello. So this is a weird angle. I apologize. But we have started 24-hour sprints. It is 12:34 and we're about 30 minutes into the first 45-minute sprint. I am hosting sprints on my channel from now until 4 p.m. and then we will switch over to Kelsey's channel. So every 4 hours we will be on someone else's channel until noon tomorrow. So I did the spinner wheel. Ari spun the spinner wheel and it picked Crown of Midnight, so I'm going to try to read a good chunk of this. This is the first part here, and I kind of wanted to read the whole first part before I started annotating, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing that actually happens or not, or if I'm going to annotate a bit sooner than that. But currently I have my tabs in where part 2 starts, and then I will move my Good Girl, my Gigi and Bo Good Girl bookmark through the chapters as I read. So I have some ambiance from Kara's bookshelf up on my TV. I have a Crown of Midnight playlist on my iPad. We have the whole thing going on right now. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to read, and I guess I'll film myself reading because y'all voted for that. So yeah, here we go. rough at this point, but I am making a coffee. We are about 12-ish hours, 12 and a half hours, 13 hours into 24-hour sprints. Currently, Brooklyn. I'm on sprints with Brooklyn. Like I said, I'm down here right now making a coffee. So we're going strong. You know what I mean? I did take a bit of a nap earlier during Kelsey's sprints because I needed a nap, but I'm feeling energized. This is usually the time that I'm up during the day anyhow, so like this stretch won't be too hard. It'll be the stretch during like Brittany's that will start to get a little bit difficult, but I'm about to make some food. I'm about to make a coffee. I'm about to do this stuff that I need to do to stay awake. But we're going strong, y'all. We're going strong. I'm loving doing it this way. So if you've been on sprints, or if you were on the 24-hour sprints with us and you've been hopping from sprint to sprint, let me know if you prefer doing it this way or if you prefer doing it the original way that I usually do it, where I do all of the sprints just on my channel. Personally, I prefer this way just because it's a bit easier. You know what I mean? So, and less pressure for me. So that's it. That's all. I'm gonna make coffee now, and I'll talk to y'all in another update. Hello. So I pretty much didn't update again after the clip that y'all saw where I was making coffee. I got pretty tired after that. I did end up sleeping for like 2 hours during Brittany's sprints, and then I took a nap after Leandra's sprints. Technically they didn't end, so Leandra went about 30 minutes to an hour past noon because she wanted to do one last sprint. So I ended up leaving at the beginning of that last sprint so I could sleep, because the beginning of that last sprint hit noon. So I ended up going to bed. I did end up finishing, not during the sprints. I don't think I finished a book during the sprints, but I ended up starting Midnight Mass, which is the novella between, it falls between Praise and Sinner in the Praise series, I guess, because they're technically like standalones or whatever, but in that series there is a novella that takes place, I think it's 3 years after the events of Praise. So I decided to read that. It was less than 100 pages, I think like 190-ish. I give it 4 stars. I do talk about it in my wrap up, but I did end up starting that. And then because I wanted to reread Praise, I was like, what can I read instead? So I ended up reading Midnight Mass. It was fine. Like fine as in like it was good. Like I'm glad that I got the conclusion. However, there is a trigger in there that I wish they would have put a warning for, and I double checked and I didn't see anywhere that she put a warning, but it is for miscarriage. That is pretty triggering. But I ended up finishing that. Right now it is Monday, technically. It's Monday the 26th at 5:12 in the morning, because I was at work. But I ended up finishing it Sunday evening. So I would have finished it yesterday by the time you're seeing this, because you're gonna see this in like 5 hours. But I ended up finishing it Sunday before I went to work at around like 6 p.m. I ended up finishing it, and it did make me cry at the end with the miscarriage thing. But other than that, like, it was good. I rarely give a novella 5 stars. It ended up getting 4 because of the miscarriage thing. She explains why she did it that way at the end. And I understand her reasoning, but I do wish that there had been some kind of content or trigger warning, it wouldn't have stopped me from reading it. So I don't want anyone to think that like I'm saying that I wish there was a content or trigger warning. I'm sorry, I'm gonna move my ring light a little bit because it's right on my eyeballs. Okay, I'm not saying that it would have, and I know for some people it's bothersome for the ring light to be like in my glasses, but I don't think there's anything I can really, well, that's a little bit better. Okay, so, what was I saying? I wish there had been a trigger or a content warning for the miscarriage thing. It wouldn't have deterred me from reading it necessarily, but it would have prepared me for knowing about it. So, that's it. That concludes this week in the life. As soon as I end this one, I will be starting up a new one because I have something super fun planned for this next week. That I attempted to do last year and I failed. So I'm going to be doing it in this weekly vlog, and I'm honestly so excited. So thank you so much for watching. All of my links are down below if you would like to be friends on any other social media other than just YouTube. I am going to be attempting to post twice a week. I'm hoping Sundays and Fridays. We will see if I can stick to that schedule, but that is what I'm hoping for. We have sprints here every week on Thursday, except on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, except for whatever week it is that we do 24-hour sprints. I don't do sprints on Thursday night when we do 24-hour sprints. I'm also going to start doing Friday night, well, technically they're Saturday morning, but Friday nights at 12 p.m. or well, Saturday mornings at 12 p.m. Eastern. So they're technically on Saturday, not on Friday. I will be doing what I'm calling Sprints After Dark. So my friend Brandy from Brandy Shanae Reads, she does Friday night sprints until about midnight. And so at midnight, which would be Saturday technically, I will be hosting sprints on my channel. Usually, like the last time or the only time that I did this, I did it from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. and it worked really, really well because that hits when I'm at work anyway. So obviously Fridays I don't work. So if you want to join us for those, that's that. But go ahead, leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you've read any of the books that I read this week or not. Tell me if you hung out with us for 24-hour sprints and what you thought of this round. Next month, so July, we will be doing, it's already being worked out, and we will be doing the sprints this same way because it seems like when I was asking people in comments and stuff, people really liked it this way. So if you didn't like it this way, or if you did, whichever, let me know down below so that we can decide from like August on. And also in July, I will be participating as a co-host in Beachathon, which is hosted by my friend Sarah, and I will make sure to link her announcement video down below so you can go watch that if you want to do Beachathon with us in July. Otherwise, if you have nothing to leave for me, you have no comment to say down below, go ahead and leave me a yellow heart because we love yellow. I don't know, but leave me a yellow heart down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.